we may have observed in the cases of other working professionals or at times pertaining to ourselves that a star performer in a certain organization may not necessarily be a star performer in the next organization to which he or she switches over to. So, why is it that performance can vary from organization to organization? Why is it that a performer in a certain organization may cease to be a performer in the next organization? The reason is the lack of portability skills. So, what are portability skills? These days, most working professionals make a transition from one organization to the other every few years. Gone are the days when working professionals stuck to a certain organization for decades together. Considering the necessity to make a transition from organization to organization has become necessary for whatsoever reason, the requisite of portability skills has become that much more significant. Now, portability skills are intangible. However, it's extremely vital when you need to make this move from your current organization to the next organization. You can work on building it efficiently, and I would share with you 3 steps as to how you can build the all necessary portability skills which would be beneficial to you in making a switch from one organization to the other. The first is focus on ensuring that you have strong external networks. Many a times working professionals, especially when they're doing well in a certain organization, they focus only on their internal networks, that is their organizations as well as their current teams. They don't try to broaden their horizons beyond that. And that is something which could prove to be a mistake. So you need to understand the fact that possibly every few years you may need to make this change, and considering that point, it may not be wise for you to only focus on your internal networks. You also need to build external networks, because external networks would enable you to get information, and possibly you may have individuals who can serve as a sounding board for you when you make this transition from one organization to the other. Because many a times when one person moves from an organization and joins another, it could be even a competitor of your previous organization, it may be difficult for you to maintain effective ties with your ex-colleagues in the previous organization, maybe because of various reasons, including conflict of interest. At that time, for you to have a sounding board, it would be great if you could also have people externally, people in another organization or another set of organizations within that particular industry, or even pertaining to other industries. So having external networks is absolutely necessary in addition to building internal networks. So you need to look external in addition to looking inward. That's going to be absolutely necessary. The second point which is necessary or vital when it comes to building portability skills is when you make the transition from one organization to another, please don't carry the baggage with you. Many people or many working professionals, when they move from organization to organization, they possibly focus on their past glory, on their past organization, or possibly how they managed a turnaround, or possibly what was better in the previous organization and what is not too good in the current organization. So understand that in most cases, it has been your decision to make the move. And when you have joined a new organization, you need to understand the problems, and you should not be critical and possibly compare it to your previous organization. Because the moment you start doing it, you're setting yourself up for failure. And that is another impediment to portability skills. So ensure that you look at your new organization with a different prism. You are not overtly critical, and try to bring about change rather than trying to get negative and bringing the baggage from your previous organization to the next organization, because that is going to become an obstacle in your growth and success. The third point is, especially when it comes to portability skills, the presence of a mentor externally beyond your organization can absolutely be helpful for you. So portability skills you can implement, however, at times you may need support. in terms of building and implementing, especially when you're making this transition from one organization to another, which may have some level of sensitivity, and other elements attached with it. So you need to have a mentor who can possibly help you with building portability skills. And when you are making this transition or in your early days, in terms of you having moved to a new organization, your mentor can possibly be a very good sounding board for you. So having portability skills is extremely vital. Many a times people, as we may have observed, join an organization and leave it in no time. And that's because of the lack of portability skills. So as I said, portability skills may be invisible, it may be intangible, however absolutely necessary when it comes for your growth in a new organization. So please ensure that you utilize your portability skills and build your portability skills using the three methods which I mentioned to you. First method is ensuring that you build external networks. The second, please do not get into a critical mode pertaining to your new organization or keep comparing it to your previous organization. And last, however not least, please do request your mentor, or in case you don't have a mentor, get one who could support you and provide you with advice during this particular all important process in terms of making the transition from one organization to the other. So all the very best, and please ensure that you build on your portability skills even in your current job, and in case the transition may be a few months or a few years away. All the very best.